Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 Wii Ware review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at ANIMA Ark of Sinners, which if you've never played it before, lucky you. So, you can play the game with the Wiimote or the classic controller, but it really doesn't matter because either way your controls are going to be unresponsive and you're going to die through a faulty combat system. Honestly, this is one of those games that looked like it had so much promise and has turned out to be one of the most poorly made games I've played in a very long time. But you've got new game and continue game. Obviously, you can't continue game if you haven't created a save file. However, it's still there the very first time you put it on, actually. Special just allows you to view some of the stuff you found, like monoliths, and you can view your never-ending combo system, of which, again, they all rely on a broken control system, so they don't work. Options are bare-bone basic, so let's get into the game, and I'll cut into somewhere near the start, but not the actual start, because it's a training, enforced training section. So, things to quickly mention on the screen: the diamonds are your save points. I've probably chose a bad file because I've got no energy and I'll end up dying, but even if I had full energy, I've had a weak enemy kill me because his timing being that perfect and your character being that crap, it's unbelievable, that it wouldn't matter anyway. But the blue bar is your energy and the green bar is like magic focus type attacks. I will show them off and I will also explain what's going on and why the combat's bad. Basically, your character has no sense of urgency about whatsoever. She doesn't respond to controls properly. There'll be platforming sections where jumping just doesn't jump and you have to come to a dead halt and try and jump and then move, which drastically decreases your range of movement where you jump. So it can make those sections take so much longer and be so much harder than they need to be, purely because of a broken system. The combat itself is also unresponsive and lethargic, and there'll be times that, for example, getting the enemy there, I'll jump and I'll then do a bit of a crouch and it'll take a little while, even a split second, to actually do an attack, and it's a split second too long when it happens, because then the enemy can knock you into the corner and literally... this one here was actually this section. He knocked us into this blue barrier. I lay down, I stood up, he knocked me again. I lay down, I stood up, and no matter what I could do, my character just wouldn't respond, jump, move out the way, or do anything at all. And there's sections like that right from the start and all the way through. The combat is just completely broken because of that and how unresponsive it can be. It honestly does feel more like luck when you win, like beat someone, rather than anything else, because you've got to hope that you reacted before you actually had to react. That's pretty much what it boils down to, finding out a way to attack before you need to, and it's just really bad. There are puzzle-style sections on the game, but they tend to revolve around a case of there's a platform that you can't access, so you have to look around and find a switch, hit it, and then it'll access so you can continue on. Level-wise, there's 21 interconnected stages, and it's done similarly to a Castlevania game, but quite frankly, saying that it's like a Castlevania game is one of the biggest insults I've ever said to my favourite franchise, Vania, because this is so not in its league. Musically, the game actually sounds half decent. It's probably the best part of it. Graphically, the game looks pretty boring, basic, bland, blocky, things like that. The main character barely has any detail on her and looks just really weird. Enemy types, pretty much all, again, very boring, basic and samey. There's like blue zombie types, then there's red zombie types and green zombie types, and they all look the same, just a slightly different colour. It's just incredibly annoying that the game had a lot of promise, and on so many fronts it falls down, and I really don't think it's even worth 500 points, let alone the 1,000. Quite frankly, if you're honestly thinking about getting the game, you'd probably find yourself better off sending a gift of 1,000 points to someone else. You'll feel better and it'll be more rewarding. Yet more combat problems that you'll have just seen there, because when the attacks do work, they don't always connect. The sword will just go straight through the enemy, or you'll go through the enemy, and it's just loads of little bits like that that really do hurt the game and make it, as I say, more luck based when you actually defeat someone than anything else. There are bosses on the game, there's 4 of them to go with the 12 enemy types. However, I don't think many people are going to continue playing on to beat the game because it's just that damn awful, it's unbelievable. This is definitely one of those titles that requires a demo, and hell, maybe they didn't put a demo out because the developers knew how bad the game was, because it really is broken in too many places to mention, and hopefully you'll have at least seen a couple of them in the video, because a couple of them have happened, like the jumping problem, the attack problem, and all the other ones that I've so far mentioned. It's just reiterating again, a game that had so much promise that's turned out to be so bad on so many levels, and just a little tweaking here or there to fix the combat or the jumping would have made it a really good game worth 1,000 points. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the Wii Ware, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.